disturbing news now coming in, and that's the news that we're breaking. All right, so the news break that is coming in right now, Iranian state media has in fact confirmed viewers the death of Iranian President. What we are getting to understand is that Ebrahim Raisi is dead. The helicopter carrying the Iran president had crashed, and after the rescue operation was conducted, and after the latest that is coming in now is that no survivors on the chopper that crashed. The Iranian president has died in the chopper crash near Azerbaijan. The chopper debris has been found completely burnt, no survivors. Turkish drone identifies the chopper crash site. Because of weather, the rescue operations were hampered, but the latest that we're getting in is that there was a hard landing where the helicopter was concerned, and media reports now confirm the demise of the Iranian president. My colleague Geeta, our foreign affairs editor, joining us on the phone line for more. Geeta, what more can you add to this disturbing news?
Well, it is very unfortunate, but also very big news coming in from the Persian Gulf. Preeti Raisi, who had been at the Azerbaijan border to inaugurate the Kiz-Kalasi Dam. It's a joint project with Azerbaijan, and President Ilham Aliyev was also there for the inauguration, was headed back, and it was due to inclement weather, is what we're given to understand, that the chopper had to make a hard landing. And now with the visuals that are coming in, the first footage of the site, Iranian officials have told wire agencies that the scene does not look good because the entire copter crashed, and that there are no survivors. The president of Iran was accompanied by the foreign minister, by a very senior cleric, by his security guards, and the governor of a province in Azerbaijan. And so it does seem like all of them have been killed in this crash, and that there are no survivors. This could really mean a few very important things for the region, particularly Iran. Now, what is the steps ahead? In all probability, the vice president of Iran, according to the rules, will be taking over, and within 50 days, elections will have to be called. The term of President Raisi was to end in 2025, but it seems like now they'll be headed for elections at a time when the entire region is engulfed in conflict and war. So a difficult time for Iran, and unfortunate news coming in. The media reports and wire agencies have already started reporting that there is the copter crash has had no survivor.
Geeta, stay with me. Unfortunate news, but this could also have grave implications for us. But to get you up to speed with the news that's just coming in, the helicopter that was carrying the Iranian President Raisi, the foreign minister Hossein Amir, and other officials lost contact about 30 minutes after takeoff for the Iranian city of Tabriz. All of this after President Raisi and Azerbaijan President Aliyev inaugurated the Kiz-Kalasi Dam on their shared border. Now, with this crash, Geeta, to pull you in, the situation in the geopolitical situation in the area, extremely sensitive vis-a-vis with what is going on in Israel. What more can you add? Has any comments come in on that side?
There has been a huge reaction that has come in from various quarters across the world. They've all, we do know that everybody has been monitoring the situation. Russia was the first to offer help after Azerbaijan, to offer help of assistance in the search of the missing helicopter. Turkey was coordinating very closely with Iran, and then messages coming in from Pakistan, from India, where the Indian Prime Minister said he deeply regrets the reports of the crash and expressed solidarity with people of Iran in these difficult times, praying for the president and his delegation. This was late last night, and before the news of this tragic death came about. Saudi Arabia's foreign ministry also expressed concerns. We do know that Saudi Arabia, Iran are bétonnoirs, but in the recent past, with China's help, there was a forward movement to normalize relations. And now Saudi Arabia also not only expressed concerns, but also offered assistance and help. Qatar, Armenia, the Iraqi president, all of them have come out and expressed concerns with regard to the news. We are yet to start getting reactions from across the world after the news that has come in, just trickled in, of them having found the crash site and the fact that the entire chopper had burned down. There seems to be no survivor from that crash.
No survivors from that crash. That has been confirmed by the Iranian media. Geeta, in terms of the role that Raisi has played in the recent past geopolitically in the area, what does this mean for Iran?
Well, a very, very important person in the Iranian government architecture, very close to Supreme Leader Khamenei, and also not very old. He was just 63 and was elected in 2021. He was one of the major leaders who are at the forefront of this entire conflict that we see ensue between Israel and Hamas, and one who also has been a part of that entire policy planning and program of Iran, whether if it is the nuclear deal, the negotiations of Iran with various countries, the Western Bloc, as also the conversations that Iran has had in the recent past with Saudi Arabia. Very close to Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, it just seems like right now for him to make that shift from a man who actually was part of that entire foreign policy and Iran's nuclear program to have the vice president now take over. Apparently, another very important man in the line of things for Iran. But certainly, his loss, in a way, will be felt not just in the Iranian regime, the Supreme Leader's office, but also in how Iran had been planning and carrying out its own government and governance. So a huge loss for Iran, but also we'll have to see how this really pans out in a smooth, so to say, forward movement and change of guard at the topmost level. No reactions right now. We're waiting for reactions to come from
the possibility of a power struggle.
Sorry?
Geeta, will the transition of power be smooth, or what many are actually anticipating would possibly lead to a power struggle of sorts?
Well, as of now, it doesn't seem like there would be a power struggle because there are rules in place. So it's the vice president who is to take office. But at the end of the day, we are talking about Iran. So yes, the decision remains in the hands of the supreme leader of Khamenei. And the fact that Khamenei has, in the recent past and since Raisi took over, has endorsed all his policies and decisions, it will be difficult, and certainly the loss will be felt. It will be difficult for the transition of power in a way in which we will see decisions being taken. But in terms of power struggle or instability of government, I don't think, Preeti, that's really going to happen at this juncture because the supreme leader is still there. He's in control of Tehran. He's in control of the government. And the transition might not be very bumpy. But yes, within Iran, we've seen a lot of revolt against Raisi. And there were, in some pockets, celebration. There were some activists who were living abroad in exile celebrating the news. So it is going to be a very odd, difficult time within Iran in terms of the news itself.
All right, Geeta, appreciate you joining us. Well, the death of the Iranian president would definitely reverberate across the Middle East, where the influence of Iran runs deep.